Who we got with us today?
Ariel, Eastling.
Tell us a bit about yourself, Miss Easton.
I'm 34 years old. I'm an outgoing person. I was a real nice, laid back. I got into the streets.
What got you into the streets?
Just being curious, wanting to prove myself to people, and just wanting to be accepted by people and things of that nature. Becoming weak within the sense.
Let's rewind a little. What kind of household did you come from?
I'm adopted. I came up in a household with my adopted mother and father and brother. It was kind of cool, but I was kind of isolated.
What schools did you go to growing up?
Elementary school was a Bell Bear Ridge, Lucas Crossing, McKinley, Thurgood Marshall. Then I went to Job Corps.
How was Job Corps?
Job Corps was good. It was fun. I took up HBI. I completed my trade, but I didn't complete my HSD.
Why you didn't complete that?
Got into an altercation. Finally got put out.
What's your relationship like with your adoptive parents?
My father was real good, real nice and whatnot, but my mother is like real distant. She always just used to want to cause psych wards and things of that nature. And I really deal with things as like a mother growing up.
Okay, and you say you left school and went to Job Corps, and then after
seventh grade.
Then after Job Corps, where did life take you?
I basically just came to the streets, started, you know what I'm saying, smoking weed or whatnot.
Who introduced you to the smoking the weed first?
Just hanging out in high school and just want to, get high. Not no one in particular introduced me to me or whatever. What was the influence? I just started smoking really on my own or whatnot.
Then what did it progress to, like, over time? Like, how did the progression go?
Over time, it wasn't no progression from it or whatnot. Losing family and friend members or whatever. Wasn't no progression from it, really. I don't really get nothing positive out of smoking weed.
So, from weed, where did you go to?
From weed, I started doing K2 when I was like 19, 20. I started doing K2. Whatever, and I say I became a little conscious from it, but it led to losing a lot of family members and respect in the streets, and just from that, just dropping to rock bottom.
What was the fascination with the K2? Like, explain that to us, because you don't hear people talking about it often, but you know it's around.
It's like an out of body experience. I don't know, I say I gained a little consciousness from it or whatever. I ain't used to just nod out and go out and act crazy or whatever. But I started writing letters and shit like that or whatever to different people. I was basically kind of like mute. I didn't talk a lot. I stayed by myself all the time. But that's the thing that had me mute, like mute, quiet, not talking, isolating myself.
What jobs have you had over your lifetime?
I worked at Llewellyn's Pub. I did some file clerking for this lady named Tawana Allen. I used to be up at Ronald Jones and helping clean up a little bit. What else? Hardee's. What is that called? Higher level, like a temp service job, right John, the things of that nature.
If you had your way, what kind of job would you be doing to support yourself?
I'll be a firefighter EMT.
What's stopping you?
Being addicted to my habits.
What are your habits currently?
Habits, street walking, jumping in and out of cars, using crack cocaine, habits rushing to the dope boys when to see what they got going on or whatnot.
Have you, how long have you been street walking, and who introduced you to that?
I've been street walking for about 3 years.
So since you were about 30?
Yep.
Who introduced that to you?
No one really. I was kidnapped to Oshkosh, Wisconsin as a human trafficking victim. When I got back to St. Louis, I just said I'm gonna go on the streets. So when I saw the girls, it was like, oh, maybe I could be like them, maybe I could hang out with them, and maybe it'd be something positive, and got addicted to it.
What happened with the human trafficking in Wisconsin? What was the situation with that?
Basically, I hopped into an 18-wheeler with a person, and they told me that they would give me a certain amount of money to use my straight pipe. And we started getting high, whatever, or whatnot, and went to a truck stop. He asked me did I want to go to a location. I told him no, I wouldn't, but you could drop me back off when we crossed the river. And from there, we had got high. And when we got high, I got sick and threw up and passed out. And the sheriff's come in 18 in Wisconsin.
Can you give advice to young ladies to know what to look for with the human trafficking? Because a lot of people, they talk about it, but it's like they kind of act like it don't exist at the same time. Like what are some signs to look for just to keep yourself together?
A steady pattern of dates. Like if you wake up at 5 o'clock and you go outside and automatically someone on the corner there at that time, at a certain day, at that time at 12 o'clock on Tuesday, every Tuesday for a weeks, you know, it's a sign of trafficking. Just like being scared all the time and knowing that I can't even explain. It's crazy. Like,
what is the process of human trafficking? Like, how do they keep you captive?
Okay, so like it's weird because it's hard. Like when they came and got me and was telling me about human trafficking, I was just looking like, what are y'all talking about? Because it's like, well, you have been a human trafficking victim since the 6th grade, and you might have devices in you and all this crazy shit. And I'm looking like, what is that? You know what I'm saying? What are y'all talking about? So, you know, they took pictures and all this kind of stuff, and I didn't understand it, so basically I kind of ran from it. So I didn't get the help that I needed to really understand the whole thing about it. But I know that when you become aware of the human trafficking thing, you will see that this person watching me, this person talking, this person getting paid, and you will start feeling it, like you being kind of like pimped out, but you never know who is it. It's like a gang stalker. So if you don't get the right help, you'll never really know, or whatever, who it is and what it is. It could be your auntie, and she could be using your pictures on a site and sending dates to you, and they getting paid for it.
And you don't
and
even
you'll
know
never
it.
know it. All you getting is dope and a couple bucks, or whatever. So if you never get the right help, you really will never know the background.
How were you able to escape that? I
never really escaped it. You know.
You still going through it?
Yeah, I know I'm still going through it. I know it's still happening. Because it feels like sometimes like the status of my living situation might become higher, or all of a sudden it'll come lower. I might not get no dates, no nothing for 2 or 3 days, and then all of a sudden the 4th day, it's money coming. And then it'll be like that for a month or 2.
Somebody's directing that traffic your way. You just don't see what the hand is that's playing in your life.
Yeah. But you'll get the intuition and you will feel it. You know what I mean? It's just like people out here that sell their kids for cocaine, or might molest a man or a boy, and they grow up thinking that it's right and it's wrong. And that's a part of like trafficking to me. Because now that boy's going on thinking that that thing is right. Now he's trafficking in that idea. He's trafficking in that behavior. And not knowing that this lady always gonna be paid and successful in her mental by that. You know, it's hard to explain it though.
So all of this stuff doesn't kind of deter you and scare you from getting off the streets and living a regular life? Like, it doesn't scare you to be trafficked? And because there's a lot of girls in this area coming up missing.
It do now, bro. Now that I've been through so much and can honestly believe that people are fucked up and believe that people are like this in life, yeah, it's scary. Like now, it's like I'm looking at the car like, should I go? Nah. And then you start risking, and then you become afraid. Then you start, you know what I'm saying, self-mutilating yourself. You know what I'm saying? You become suicidal, homicidal, and you just become so fucked up to where it's like you don't know what to do. But yes, it's scary. Like right now, it's scary. I be doing shit I don't want to do, knowing that I don't want to do it. That you do it, an attitude is a problem. But right now, like, it's scary as hell. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing enjoyable to me. But I'm so addicted to the habits of wanting to get high. And I want to do this and I want to do that. So afraid to do the right thing, I just stay in the same habit.
What are the current habits that you're dealing with right now, the current addictions?
Cocaine, I'm addicted to street walking, like walking in the street. It's hard to walk on the sidewalk. Like, it's a straight addiction to walk on the street.
So you left the K2 alone and went to the cocaine.
Yeah.
Now, how did that, like, how does the progressions go from the weed to the K2?
There's no progression for me.
To you still using all of them?
I know. I don't use none of them but cocaine. I still smoke some K2, but I really don't see no progression from any of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's no benefit from it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so much of self-neglect. You know what I'm saying? I'm neglecting so many things in my hygiene, my livelihood, my priorities, my home, my kids. You know what I'm saying? So it's no progression for me.
Do you have any ways to be contacted? Any social media? Do you have any
Facebook?
cash? Yeah. Shout them out.
My Facebook is Ariel Eastling, Ariel Eastling. My other page is Miss Benjamin Franklin, Miss with an MZ. That's where all my pictures at or whatever. Some of my modeling pictures or whatnot, or what have you. Cash App. You can just put in Ariel Eastling. It should say Boss Lady BMF or something like that, or whatever, or not. I'll get you the information you need.
If you had a chance to turn back the pages in your life, your book of life, and you can go back to the beginning knowing what you know today, what would you do differently? Or what would you tell a young Miss Ariel?
I'll go back to the time where I sat down and I broke down that first time and started to think what I'm gonna do. I don't have nobody. That first time when, you know what I'm saying, I was just by myself and feel like I just want to run to the streets. I go back to that point and turn around and go to my father. You know, I'll tell people that's, you know, want to do drugs or thinking about doing drugs or using drugs. Don't ever try to be somebody that you're not. Don't try to go out and impress nobody to be accepted. Just be who you are. You know, if you're a lame, be a lame. If you want to sew and do puzzles and, you know what I mean, read books and go skiing, do that. Don't try to not do that because they talking about you and you think you not nothing now because of your self-esteem. Now you want to go prove yourself to be something, to fit in with the crowd because it really mentally mess you up. You know, that's one of my problems. But I tell people just stay strong. Drugs is not the way out or in for anything of emotion. Don't use no drugs for your feelings of whatever going on in life because it's never going to be a good outlook on it. You know, it's never going to be a good outlook. Either you're going to be kidnapped, raped, either raping someone else, you know, or doing things, biting harm to other people. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a good outlook of doing no drugs or whatnot for your feelings or something you've been through.
If there's anything you want to get off your chest and close and anything you want to say that you haven't said to anybody maybe looking for you, worried about you, just anything.
I love everybody, you hear me? I got love for you too, bro. We're going to make things happen. Let's see. Love my daughters, my 3 daughters, Ariel, Shantae, and Julia, or whatnot. And I just tell people, like, just be who you are. You know, don't ever use drugs for anything you go through in life, good or bad, because it's not a good outlook, you know what I'm saying, to it. And one thing I do want to say to everybody is I never knew that men get molested or boys get molested, especially by women. And that's one of the things that I want to work on when I stop getting high and recover and talk to people about it. Because men, they never get a chance to express what they've been through as far as a woman molesting them or the babysitter and things of that nature because you've never heard about it. And when I first started smoking, I seen that was real. But that's one thing I want to get off my chest to everybody, like, it happens. And that's one reason why I stay out here too, because I see it every day, you know. And that's about it. That's one thing I want to get off my chest about that part.
We appreciate you taking time out with us, Miss Ariel. We wish you all the best. Thank you.
On the park.